Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Spartan One-on-One with Ross Gordon YouTube series here on NSUSpartans.com. So glad to have you with us, and so glad to have another special guest with us. He is the head track and field coach at Norfolk State University. He goes by the name of Kenneth Giles, been at Norfolk State for over 20 years. He's really laid some roots here at Norfolk State, won a few championships, and has done an amazing job coming off a season where the Spartans track and field programs really took major steps when it came to MEAC competition. And I know they're looking forward to great things this year without a cross-country championship. So they'll still be the reigning men's cross-country champions going into next year. I know you're excited about that. Sorry we didn't get a year this year, Coach Giles, but there's some major news coming up on the NSU track and field front. And we'll go one-on-one right now. Spartans One-on-One with Coach Kenneth Giles and Ross Gordon. We'll start now. Coach Giles first. How are you doing today?
Hey, Ross, I'm doing good, man. Everything's going well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. A lot to smile about, Coach. A lot to smile about. A few years back, the city of Virginia Beach talked about this massive sports complex that will come up in the city and where it will go and what it could do for the area. And it's paying dividends right off the bat. First of all, we had a major announcement saying we'll be the first HBCU to host the Division I indoor track and field championship. With our track success and everything that's coming, that has come along with that, how important is this for Norfolk State and Virginia Beach to partner to host this NCAA championship?
Well, Ross, I feel that it's really great. It was fabulous news when I got the word that we won the bid to host the NCAA indoor track and field championships. Partnering with a great city such as Virginia Beach, is unprecedented. The facility is phenomenal. It's had great reviews. The NCAA loves it, so I'm excited.
Coach, when we talk about it's a lot to go into that. To host an event, we see places like Oklahoma City with the softball championship, and they've had it year in and year out. It takes a lot to bring an NCAA championship to your area. What are some of the things that Norfolk State and the city of Virginia Beach had to do to convince the NCAA that this was the right space?
Well, one thing we had to do, Ross, we collaborated together. And when I say collaborated, we were on the same page as far as what was needed in order to win the bid. Danny Tim is the sports marketing manager for the city of Virginia Beach, and we put our heads together, and they like what we have to offer them, and when I say in terms of what we have to offer them, from a track and field standpoint, our program has been fortunate to be nationally and regionally recognized over the years, and that's what Virginia Beach was looking for. They was looking for someone who can come in and basically have a nameplate along with the city, and we were able to provide that. Once the NCAA championships come to Virginia Beach, our facilities will be at the forefront, just in case a particular institution needs to come and, get a little practice sessions in before the facility open up, or any type of meeting space or something like that. So we were able, to provide all of that for the city and the NCAA.
I know that's something that you look forward to. One thing it does, Coach, it brings a lot of attention to a university, and it brings a lot of a press that you like, positive press coming into the university. But to be the first ever HBCU to host a Division I indoor championship, there will be Division II and Division III championships there as well, but we will host it in 2025. What does that mean to you as a long-term head coach at Norfolk State?
Well, it means a lot. It means that our program is well respected, not just across the region but across the country. For us, it'll be a great recruiting tool, not just for the track and field program, but for the institution as a whole. When you think of the NCAA championships, the indoor championships, you're going to think Norfolk State is hosting the Division I 2025 NCAA Indoor Championships, and it'll be championships in the future that we'll host also. But this is a stepping stone to get to where we want to get to compete against the high mid majors, the Power Five conferences, and it shows that that our program is recognized with them.
We know the beauty of Virginia Beach. We know how wonderful it is. This is located around 5 blocks or so away from the ocean front. A lot of scenic views down there. What are some of the assets of this track and field event coming to Virginia Beach?
Well, a lot of coaches will get to see what we see. 12 months out of the year, they get to see the fabulous weather. They get to see the ocean front. They get to see our campus. When the fans come there, the parents, the grandparents and everyone, the supporters, they get to see Norfolk State University. They'll know that Norfolk State University is the host institution for the Division I NCAA Championships. So they'll get to see a lot. They'll get to see the 7 cities.
Coach, we'll talk about it, I'm sure, ad nauseam coming up as we get into it. But this is one of the best facilities on the East Coast, the largest, as a matter of fact, of its kind on the East Coast. The indoor track seats about 5,000. It's a raised track. You'll see a lot of those. A lot of the FCC schools have those. I believe there's one at Liberty as well, a racetrack which produces great times. We'll get an opportunity to run on it as well, so that gives us a little bit of a leg up coming in to 2025. But let's talk about the facility a little bit. What's so special about the facility in this track?
Well, the 200-meter hydraulic track, and it has 2 pole vault pits. It's state of the art. It has VIP seating up top. As you said, Ross, it seats approximately 5,000 spectators. It had dual long jump runways, and also it'll have like a mixed zone area. And when I say a mixed zone, it'll basically separate the competitors from the fans as they go on to the track. And as you see that the dual pole vault pits. You see the high jump area. You see the sprinting area, which is separate from the oval. And behind the stands is a warm up area. It's a little warm up area, which is state of the art. Also, which is phenomenal about this facility, when the student athletes need to go into the ladies or men's room, they don't have to take off their spikes, because the surface in the bathroom is the same surface as the warm-up area. So they don't have to take off their spikes, which is something that the NCAA wanted. You see the big video board in the background. It has the big screen televisions in the VIP area. I mean, it's phenomenal. I can go on and on about it, man. We could probably spend the whole session talking about this facility. It's definitely state of the art. It's one of a kind, and it'll be a home away from home for our track and field program. I'm definitely looking forward to get started. The work has just begun as far as the NCAA championships, and once these institutions step on this track, they're gonna always want to come back.
You talk about that. You see the dual long jump pits, the dual pole vault pits. You have 2 high jump pits as well. This is something that can get a track meet done, Coach. And I know that's something that everybody wants, timely and efficient time to get it done. I know that's something that's also exciting to them, that you don't have to really worry about time and space. Everything should run on time.
Right. Definitely. Everything will run on time. And also I forgot to say the throwing areas is it's on the back of the track, right behind the start area for the straightaway sprints and the hurdle races. So you got your throwing areas that is separate from the competition that's on the track, on the straightaway and on the oval. I mean, it's just great. At a lot of facilities, you don't see the throwing area separate from the track. Everything is it's kind of like together inside that oval. But here at Virginia Beach, it's it's one of a kind.
And Coach, one thing that you can say is a lot of areas and a lot of event spaces this big, you'll see a indoor track. It normally is shared with something else, but this is just the indoor track. There's nothing else that's going to be there. Just the indoor track. This facility is huge. You'll have basketball courts, and they can play volleyball and everything like that over all the basketball courts. But the indoor track is just specifically for indoor track.
That is correct. It's just for indoor track. I mean, when the city of Virginia Beach came to me with the idea of partnering with them, and they just said, let's get the bid. They said, that's what we need. We get the bid, everything else will work itself out, and it seemed like it is. It's definitely a great facility, man.
I think Wayne's World said, if you build it, they'll come. If you build it, they'll come, and they're coming here in 2025 Division I. Also, Division II and Division III will be held here as well. I think one of the things that when you look at it, this is a very, very talent-rich and track field area when it comes to the 757. You look at a lot of names that have come out of here. Grant Holloway, one of the ones now on the scene that's come out of this 757 area. It's a very talent-rich area. What is it going to mean for track fans to have events like this come to Virginia Beach?
Well, one thing it's going to mean that, their loved ones, the parents, the grandparents, the family and friends can, they can say that, hey, we can stay right at home at Norfolk State. You all can come see us compete at Virginia Beach. And, it reduced a lot of costs, especially in these unprecedented times outside of athletics, their loved ones will be able to see them compete. When you think of track and field, one of the first things you're going to think of, well, Norfolk State hosted the Division I indoor championships in Virginia Beach. So I mean, it's going to bring that automatically up, in conversation. As you said, Ross, this is a talent-rich area. And when the top recruits, think about where they want to go to school at, that's going to come in their mind. There's no question about it.
Coach, since it's coming here, I know you have had a lot of great athletes come through Norfolk State University during your time in 20 plus years here. It doesn't seem like it's 20 plus years, but it's been 20 plus years. You still look the same as when you came in here. I look a little different, but you still look the same. Coach, you've been everywhere from Arkansas to Florida for indoor track and field events, and sometimes maybe Texas for championships. What are some of your most memorable moments at an indoor track and field championship?
Well, of course, and when you think about recent times, Ross, you think about the Kiara Grants and the Martha Biceps, their phenomenal performances. You think of Traquan Barnes making second team All-American, in the 400. But I would have to say, back when we had Marlon Woods and Corey Vincent and little school like Norfolk State, HBCU, competing against the big boys. We had two jumpers in the finals and at the indoor championships, and that was good. We were the only school that had two jumpers in the finals, and they went on to make All-American. So when I think back, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that may have been in 2008. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say in 8, but when I think back, of some memorable moments of indoor track and field at the NCAA championship, that had to be at the top of the list right there.
Coach, we're going to read off some of your accomplishments now in some of your 20 years here at Norfolk State. More than 30 team championships. You've had Olympians, All-Americans, and so much more. What has this year been like for you and your athletes, especially coming off 2 MEAC cross-country titles and the indoor track season where you had 2 runner-up finishes and sent 2 young ladies to the NCAA Indoor Championship? I know that as any coach, you'll want to springboard that into 2020. It's been a slow start. You're not going to have that cross-country season as we talked about, so we'll still be the defending champions in 2021. But, that second that second place finish last year, the North Carolina A&T indoors, I know was supposed to springboard you into this year. We've had a lot of time off. What are some of the things that you've experienced over this last few months?
Well, one thing I experienced, you can't take nothing for granted. And I think the student athletes have experienced that also. They never know what they miss until it's taken away. And our cross country season was unfortunately taken away. But I will say this, they're in a great mindset. They high spirited. They're ready to go during the indoor season. We're going to have an indoor season, Ross. I honestly believe we're going to have an indoor season. And one reason why we're going to have an indoor season, because we got a really good team, Ross. We got a really good team, men and women, and we're going to have one. So, we were ready to springboard, off that close finish we had during the indoor season earlier this year into cross country, and now I think we're ready. The kids are ready. They're excited. They're ready to step on that indoor track in Virginia Beach when we have our invitational on February 12th and 13th, and they're excited. They're excited. They're looking good. They came back in pretty good shape, Ross, considering all things considered that they hadn't done anything since the indoor NBAC Championships back in February. So they came back in pretty good shape.
That's not a bad thing, Coach. It's also not a bad thing that I think the NBAC Championships will be held in Virginia Beach as well coming up soon on the indoor at some point. And I know that's good to be able to run on the track that the championship's going to be on to get some sort of feel for it.
Oh yeah, it is going to be great, man. Like I say, it'll be pretty much like a home field advantage, just like A&T has been having over the course of the years during the outdoor championships. We pretty much, the city of Virginia Beach has pretty much told us, we got first dibs on that facility. That facility is a home away from home for us, so we're excited, and the student athletes are excited.
That's not bad, Coach. You said that your student athletes are ready. What's some of the things that y'all been doing to prepare for the indoor season this year?
Practicing social distancing. I say, hey, Ross, look, I tell them, I say, look, at track, the best way to practice social distancing is to be in front of your competitor. That's all they get. And make sure you got enough distance so they can't say that you're not practicing social distancing. So as long as we're in front of our competitor, I think that's the main thing right there. We've been practicing that a lot.
Hey, Coach, that's the best way to put it. Social distancing. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's the best thing in our track that you can do is be far away and in front of your competitors, Coach.
That's right. That's right. If you far enough in front of them, if you 6 feet in front of them, you got an L. You got a victory coming to you, and they got an L.
That's all we're looking for. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Right.
That's what we want.
That's all we want.
That's all we want. Hey, Coach, congratulations. I know it was a lot of work put in by yourself and the athletics administration at Norfolk State University, and it was a great opportunity for us as a university to host the track and field championships. I know you're excited. I know the student athletes are excited as well. If you want to see it, or if you want to see what it looks like, you can just log on to our website here. Matt Mihalik and the NSU athletics staff on the communication side has done a great job of explaining what's going on in Virginia Beach. You can see all of the amenities at the Virginia Beach sports facility that's out there now, the sports center. It's an amazing facility, but this is going to be an amazing event, especially for Norfolk State University athletics and the track and field program. So congratulations on all the hard work done. 20 plus years, over 30 championships, and still looking for more, still hungry for more. Coach Kenneth Giles, the head track and field coach at Norfolk State University. This is your first time on Spartans One-on-One. How you feel like you did, Coach?
Hey, man, this is the best right here, man. I think I've reached the big time right here, man. I'm on Spartans One-on-One, man. You can't get no higher than this, man. I don't think ESPN can deal with this.
Come on, Coach. Write a letter.
I will say this, boss. I tell you, as you said in your statement, that the administration did a great job. They supported us 100%. I want to definitely give kudos to Dr. J, Melody Webb, and everybody, even Marty, and they did a great job in supporting the program, the athletic department, as we, conquered and achieved, getting this bid. They did a great job. Without their support and their help, it definitely wouldn't have happened.
Coach, thank you for coming on, and look forward to more big news, I think, coming from Norfolk State University. Track and field, I think there's some more big news coming up. You just log on to www.nsuspartans.com, and you'll hear all the big news coming up for Norfolk State University athletics, and especially the track and field program. That's the head coach of the men's and women's track and field programs, Coach Kenneth Giles. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for giving us some time here on Spartans One-on-One with Ross Gordon. Take care.
Thank you.